Right.
So the ladies were very serious while this was going on. And they were serious, so I'm looking forward to what you guys are researching. The seriousness on that, this thing. It's like this issue we're about to talk about is very serious.
Well, it's funny.
It's more interesting.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
more
interesting?
interesting.
Okay.
It's funny, but it's not funny.
It's funny and not funny.
So it's the story of a man who, I'm trying not to use the word died. Okay, who passed on 9 years ago, and his wife, his widow, was watching a TV commercial when she spotted him in the commercial. Now, it's easy to say, okay, probably a doppelganger. They just probably look alike. But then, he was dining with his son in the video. And so she made a comment. You know, social media now, you can reach anybody anywhere. So she made a comment on the post saying, I should just spotted her husband who passed on 9 years ago in your video, your promotional video. And the restaurant confirmed that they shot the video on the 9th of January. It was posted on January 16th. So it's not a case of, so she was thinking it was like, you know,
Probably a video from the
a
past.
video from 2014.
But how could
before
she
he
be
died or
thinking
something.
so? The son, has she always had contact with him? Was he missing at the same time the man was missing? If he was,
No,
his...
maybe I feel because she said his son, probably from another
Yeah.
another woman. Do
She
you
said
understand?
his son.
He
Okay,
said
his
his son,
son.
exactly. So probably another family or another woman or something.
Okay, but if it's, that means she knows the son.
of course she
When
knows the
last did
son.
she see that son?
So there's
No, that's
always
why-
that possibility.
Well, I'm just
that
saying
for
that.
her
I
to
know, I'm
have
just-
recognized the son, she probably saw the son like maybe last year. They might have kept in touch.
Maybe they know.
Okay,
they know. She
okay.
knows
Yeah,
the son.
they
They
might, of
have
course.
like a
Okay,
normal
because now, so let's
relationship.
say, because the reason why I'm asking this is that if the son, if she met the son recently, and the man had passed on 9 years ago, and this is the recent son, then she should know that the video cannot be old. You understand what I'm saying? But then let's just let's just look at it based on what it was reported and what we know. We've had cases of couples or people disappearing on
I know. People, someone said
on their
it's not a ghost. He just ghosted you.
That one got me. It's not a ghost. It just
But
posted.
just a little bit, just to differ a little bit. Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in the Holy Ghost.
Babe, give me a high five there.
So, do you believe in other ghosts?
I mean, if there's a Holy Ghost, then it's possible that
There
there's
are
a
ghosts.
Holy Ghost.
Wow.
So, yes.
Good point. But really,
No, Mary, you answer. Do you believe in ghosts?
so do I believe in ghosts?
Yes. Do you think that the spirits of those past can come back in some way, in some form, to interact with the physical world, as it were?
Yes, I do.
To interact now is where
That
I think
interaction
there's
is where I'm not sure.
Exactly.
But yes, I
They
believe
can come back, I
ghosts
believe.
exist.
Huh?
Yes.
I don't
Do
know.
you believe in
Is
ghosts?
it?
I
Talk
might
true.
believe in anything.
No, but let him answer this one. Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in the supernatural. I believe that there are different ways to manipulate things.
Yeah,
You know, that is as far as I can believe. I feel like there are a lot of things that we can't categorically say it is this until we get to that stage.
So, you know, I actually think that technology has weakened certain areas of life. When I say certain areas of life, say, for example, computer systems are actually said to have come from Ifa. And so for a very long time, we have some of this media, but we don't exploit. Why? Because it's African. We look at it that this is evil because we've been told it's evil. So when you see them put do the thing with their fingers on sand and they're trying to fix something, which eventually was what came about to be the bedrock of computing systems, you actually ask yourself, are these things really out of the ordinary?
Out of the realm of ordinary.
Like, do we even bother? We tell ourselves, okay, so when we watch movies, you hear that they are communicating with someone in another continent without phones back then.
It's like a calabash.
Inside a calabash. The
medium was just
question
the
is,
problem.
what was in that calabash?
This
What
could
were
be
the
a calabash.
things? Exactly. But probably they were not as sophisticated as
Yes,
this.
could actually be a calabash.
You know, they say, yeah.
mirrors.
Someone once said, they said something that technology, that jazz, we cross
cross
ocean.
Yes, now.
We cross ocean. You see,
I went to Harvard.
you see something here. There's something that always fascinates me because at one particular time, I think it was Albert Einstein, there were some very, very intelligent men of their generation who said that things that we see now were impossible.
Yes, of
I remember
course.
when the television was about to be found, he said, look, you cannot make images move. You know, so what is impossible for this generation becomes the norm for the next generation. And, you know, there's that line because technology really does make, a lot of things make it seem like, look, there is something that we don't understand. But yes, there's some people that understand it better. Like you said, maybe our Ifa, it was technology that they were, our priests, maybe, you know.
We just didn't rate them. That
We
was
just did not, and we still don't. The people disappearing, for example. You know, I feel like very soon we are going to find there's going to be technology that will create be created such that you'll be here and you'll be teleported to maybe that would be nice. So you'll be teleported to the island in just a second, by clicking a few buttons.
Just like going to the moon.
With what
or
I
going
know,
to the other planets.
with what I've seen, with what we've seen with movies and all of that, someone once said something that the technology you see now, probably the military in some countries that we know, maybe US and all of that, there are things that they've tried in the 80s, and that's what we see now. I mean, we've not started using holograms, but very, very soon. I know that we would have our phones on, maybe
Let me blow your mind. Holograms.
You know,
Don't you watch Nollywood movies where they would call out the dead from the grave? They were practicing. They already had holograms then. See, you know, it's so easy to dismiss some of these our local things. It's so easy to say it's fetish, it's this, but they are coming back right at us in the form of technology, and we're going, ooh, ah. Meanwhile, people have been flying from spot A to spot B without an
What have we done with all that?
That is the question.
That's the problem.
That's the problem as well.
That's the problem.
We don't use it for. We only use it for.
Good. We don't use it for bad.
To catch
Somebody's stepmother.
Or catch the man that's sleeping with my husband.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's all we use our
okay. So after all these ones we've talked, now let's even go back to this story we're talking
but
about.
the story,
What do you think?
But like I mentioned about the sun, when I started thinking about it, there might be loopholes in that story. And you know, but let's just take it as it were or as it is. She was ghosted, and we've heard stuff like that.
Definitely.
But it's hard to erase your signature entirely, especially digitally. You know, I feel like for someone to get missing for 9 years, that means that the person doesn't maybe stop relating with the world, as it were, and maybe...
It's not that difficult, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, on the part of the lady, I mean, how far does she go to actually confirm
to check,
Do you understand? To look for him and things like that. And it's very possible. I mean, the guy probably just upped and just left. Someone actually mentioned the fact that maybe he had an accident and forgot his memory. Or lost his memory
also
or something.
possible.
But then again, his son was there. So the son probably reminded that, okay, you had a wife once upon a time.
But if you lose your memory, just snap your picture and go, who owns me? Put yourself on social media and say, if you own me, come on. My director is saying
that one is very unlikely.
But
You
it's
know,
true.
the sun being there changed the dynamics.
Yeah, change it
All of
to
these
be honest.
explanations make sense until the sun was the one sitting next to him
Next
in
to
the
him,
diner.
right.
Because the sun was there, unless the sun too
He's in on it now.
died at that
Yeah,
time.
but
No,
it
not
just-
died.
Except-
He just told the son, please, I beg, I'm
No,
not
yeah,
interested
it
in it.
Yes, I don't want this.
It happens.
relationship anymore.
It happens. And
was
that's what I
probably in
say.
an accident,
The
yeah.
longer it
So he ran
stays,
away.
the longer it stays and all of that, every single person, I just say that it's not so easy. And which is why I always tell people, like, no matter how, in a relationship, in a marriage or anything, make sure that your world doesn't revolve around your spouse. Look, it is the number one that there are hardly any absolutes in this life. I tell people that there's always an exception to every rule.
Yeah,
But there are some few things. There is absolute deity, and I believe in deity and the absoluteness of deity. But these are one of the few things that I believe are quite absolute. Your life cannot revolve around one person. The
Or a
person
thing,
is not
or a
infinite,
job,
or a thing, or a
or-
job.
yeah.
That thing is not infinite. It could end. That thing could end. So what happens to your life? So you have a spouse, you're in a relationship with somebody, still keep your friends are necessary. It's an ecosystem that you need. So that you understand, so that you don't, like, someone mentioned that, look, he was trying to escape from, yes, many people try to escape because, look, this has been their world and it's choking them and all of that. So,
No, you don't
look,
need to escape. Just open your mouth and talk.
yeah,
God.
yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, let's just, I would say that it's important for us to appreciate what we have
Yes.
before it's too late. And if you're looking for a project to do or you are scientifically inclined, Perhaps you want to go to all these native doctors and learn a thing or two that could help the world.
How?
Mary.
How
And
did we
another
get
thing,
there?
and so there's something I've observed as
Mary.
well in Nollywood.
Mary.
When they say attack, somebody had an attack.
Mary.
Say what Alofa. The person is always holding his chest.
Mary.
Has anyone ever thought that it's probably a heart attack? But they will
Mary.
say it is attack.
Mary.
It's
Attack
attack
is
still.
attack.
Attack, heart attack. Evil
Mary.
attack. Attack.
Okay, well, that's it. That's all we can take. Let's know your
my
thoughts here. Do you
goodness.
believe in ghosts? Let's start with that one. Let's do that on social media, right?
But